Hi everyone, welcome back to another Retro Cooking Wednesday. Today we are doing Mardi Gras Party Cake by Miss Eunice Surlees. This is 1959. This is contest number 11. So welcome if you're new here. Thank you so much for popping in and joining Retro Cooking Wednesday. We are currently going through all of the Pillsbury bake-offs, and if you've been here a while, thank you so much for supporting me. And with that being said, let's get to that ingredient table. Ingredients for Mardi Gras cake. We're just going to go over the cake part. There are 3 different steps to this cake. So we are going to take a 2/3 cup of these butterscotch chips, and we're going to melt them on the stovetop in a 1/4 cup of water. So in our mixer, we will do 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 1/4 cup of sugar. In here we have a teaspoon of soda, a teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. We are then going to do 1 cup of buttermilk, a 1/2 cup of shortening, and 3 eggs. So this just gets mixed in the mixer, and then we will stream the butterscotch after it's melted into that cake mixture. Let's get this started. So in our bowl, we are to combine all the rest of the cake ingredients. So we have our 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 1/4 cup of sugar, we are going to do our teaspoon of soda, teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, I put it on the mixer, so I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of shortening. We're gonna get this, I'm gonna just start mixing it a little bit. And to this, we are going to add our cup of buttermilk. We're just gonna pour that in there. Our 3 eggs. I just want to get this kind of mixed up a little bit, and then we are going to stream in our butterscotch. So the butterscotch is almost melted. We just want to get it completely melted. You don't really have to worry about it so much. I mean, it's not like it's an actual chocolate. It's just oil and sugar here and flavoring. So we're just going to melt this down. All nicely melted. We are going to get this into our cake mix. All right, let's just stream our mixture in there. There we go. We're just going to stream that in and mix it together. All right, we have these in, well, it called for 9-inch. I have 8-inch cake pans here. Greased and floured. I have mine greased with some parchment paper on the bottom. We are going to put these in a 350 preheated oven for 20 to 30 minutes. Let's get them baked. All right, ingredients for our filling. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. We need a 1/2 cup of either evaporated milk, or you could use 1/2 and 1/2. I believe the original recipe called for evaporated milk, so I'm sticking with that. A 1/3 cup of water, 1 egg slightly beaten, 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/3 cup of chips. We are going to melt all this together, and then we are going to fold in some coconut. I have unsweetened coconut because I just feel it's already got a lot of sweetness, and a cup of walnuts. You could probably use walnuts or pecans, I think would be good in this, because this filling seems like it's German chocolate cake. So let's stick to what German chocolate cake usually has in it, walnuts or pecans. So let's get this melted and get our filling made. All right, filling. I have a 1/2 cup of the sugar in here. We're going to do this over a medium-low heat. I have my 1/3 cup of water. I added the tablespoon of cornstarch to this just so that it was like a slurry. more than anything. We are then going to do our 1/2 cup of evaporated milk. We're going to pour that in. Our 1/3 cup of chips, 2 tablespoons of butter, and then we have 1 egg that we are slightly beaten that we are going to also add in here and stir all this together until it becomes thick. So this will be our filling, and then we will fold in our cup of coconut, and our cup of nuts. All right, it takes a little while of stirring, but we've got our sauce thickened. Let's add some coconut and walnuts to this, or pecans if you choose. Nope, you're fine. So here is our sauce, our filling, ready to go. Let's let it cool. All right, cake is out of the oven. I am going to put 1/2 of our mixture on here. Spread this, and then I'll show you how we're doing the top. So on the top of the cake, you're supposed to leave an edge, and let's make the seafoam frosting. Okay, the seafoam frosting. I'm doing the original seafoam frosting. They do say that you can just use a cup of whipping cream with a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, but I didn't want to do whipped cream. I'm going to do the I think it's called like a 7-minute cream. This is the original. Well, anyways, this is the original seafoam icing. So it is a 1/3 cup of sugar, a 1/3 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of corn syrup, and we're going to bring this to a soft boil. All right. And then we are going to whip 1 egg with a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And then we will stream this syrup into the whipped egg mixture, and that will be our frosting. In here we have our 1/3 cup of water, 1/3 cup of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. We are going to bring this up to 236 degrees or a soft ball. So in here we have our egg white and a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. We are going to whip this into stiff peaks. Okay, so we've got our stiff peaks formed. I've got my syrup here that I've brought up to 236 degrees. All right, we're gonna stream in our syrup. All right, this is our finished cake. I think it came out pretty good. What do you think, Addie?
Cool.
Cool?
Yeah. And hi.
And hi. So are you going to eat some of it? Looks pretty good. Addie, what do you think of cake?
It's the goodest thing I've tasted.
That's really good, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Little Ace is eating some. He really likes it. And, right? I'm just not giving him any with the eggs on it. But he's really enjoying the center of the cake. Addie really likes the whole thing. With that being said, this is Lynn from Haley Vintage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. How good's your cake, Ace? Ace is loving the cake. With that being said, this is Lynn from Haley Vintage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You eating cake? That good cake?
Chased by killer robots, fought a swarm of killer waffle irons, and we learned a lot of lessons about family along the way. But the most important lesson we learned